Well, now my question is because I don't say loyalty because that doesn't feel like it needs to be said.
A man will say loyalty,
but I would. But my first is security, and loyalty falls under being secure in my relationship. So having secured, being secure,
that means money. Remember when I said that when she's defining security, really she's defining money? Well, this is the reason why. Listen, y'all already know I love to go over conversations just like this one. All right, for today's content, we're gonna head over to the Daily Wrap-Up crew. Shout out to those brothers over there because they still cooking. All right. Now, what interests me about this conversation, they were talking about relationship dynamics, right? About sexless marriages. They were talking about cheating, right? But what interests me is that the lovely young lady on the right in this conversation seems to have a much more grounded or logical thought pattern. It's a lot more respectable, all right? Whereas the young lady on the left seems to have anything but. And in fact, the more that she talks and through receipts that I found here, we're going to uncover, she's actually a demon-spawned hyena woman. Nevertheless, let's go through this conversation and let's tackle this the best way that we know how, all right? Without further ado.
There's so much to that. There's so much because we have to acknowledge, like, one thing I'll say, feminism has definitely pulled things apart.
Okay.
But at the same time, men allowed it to be pulled apart.
True.
Like, they stopped showing up in ways that were important as well, right? Like, we all
Y'all stop proving us wrong.
But not just that, we all know
nobody even cared anymore.
Constantly cheating on his wife, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a thing. That's one of the big things that men need to address within the male population. Cheating is a horrible thing.
Yes.
And too many people are so comfortable with it. Too many people literally, it's just a little, I'm just doing a little, but I'm still going to
But even you said it earlier, that's men. Men do that.
No, but
it's interesting because studies would show amongst married couples, the rate or the incident of cheating is about even, with men admitting to it about 10% more than women. Although it's a little bit higher, it is not so statistically significantly higher that it deserves all attention from men. Cheating is a person problem, irrespective of your gender.
That's women. Women been cheating for the day. How many aunties done had a kid at the family gathering and they wasn't Uncle Joe's? You know what I'm saying? So we can't.
You know what the uncle did? You know, he ain't make a big deal of it. He just, listen, that's my kid now, whatever.
But all the aunties called her out.
Married, ain't they?
No, the aunties didn't call out.
They didn't?
No, they did not. Because now they still talking about how
you just whisper about it.
They whisper. That's what I mean. They be the whispers, like they know, the family know.
At Thanksgiving in the corner.
Right. There we go. That's the call out.
That's that curly hair like that.
But that kid.
I am so happy this wasn't a part of my family.
That kid, 35 years old, talking about my mother never told me that wasn't my daddy.
It happened.
Yeah.
You know what
I'm saying?
They just kept it a secret.
It's
that's
happening.
valid.
We can point out that men did have separate families and other relationships, whatever, which is wrong. I'm not.
One is more accepted than the other. Also, is what I'm getting at.
One does get like.
One is brushed off, like that girl. That's just that.
One gets brushed off,
and then the other is like.
I think again when we do the show for a living, like we talk about women. And again, when you ask women what's important to them, never is loyalty. Like you ask them like top 5 things that's important to a relationship. Loyalty is never on the list. As long as a man is doing X, Y, and Z, and again, men have been conditioned. All right, well, as long as I'm providing, like you know what I'm saying, like you won't have an issue with it. Like
I will strangle you with your own money.
One of the reasons why it's treated differently is because women provide access to sex. Not men. Most women can just walk outside the door, and amongst the first 5 guys that she sees and asks to go clap her cheeks, I'd say 3 to 4 will probably go back to the crib with her. That is nowhere near the same percentage for men. So for men, it's a lot more difficult. Humans don't respect people who attain something and it's easy to get, all right? I'm not saying it's right, but it's just part of the reason. Other reasons are biological. Y'all have innies, men have outies. It's way more nasty to receive something than it is to give. And also, we don't get pregnant.
In the beginning.
That's valid.
I'm
not saying it's right. I'm just saying, like, again, someone would tolerate loyalty because that's not big on their priority list. Like, as long as you can provide a lifestyle, as long as you can provide a roof over my head, I can get away with a little bit of cheating.
Well, now my question is because I don't say loyalty because that doesn't feel like it needs to be said.
A man will say loyalty,
but But my first is security, and loyalty falls under being secure in my relationship. So having secured, being secure,
That means
secure and
money.
having security from my partner.
Look.
I don't think I have to tell you to be loyal to.
Quick emergency meeting. I was recently searching for my name online and found way too much personal information, which brought me down this weird rabbit hole of how that could have happened, and found out that there's companies out there called data brokers that will sell your data to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. And it's a nasty, disgusting feeling knowing that there's bad actors out there selling my information, selling your information for profit. But that's why I'm recommending today's sponsor, Aura. Now, I use Aura to automatically remove my information from these sites and keep my information off. But they do other things as well, such as bank fraud and identity theft alerts, VPN access. But guys, utilize my link down in the description box down below for a 14-day trial. At least see if you've been compromised. Privacy is king in this day and age, and you should know if your information is out there. So again, utilize my link, aura.com/MTR, in the description box down below to try 2 weeks free. That's way more than enough time to see if your personal data has been exposed. Go now.
Secure. You locked in.
Not if you're loyal, and I have to think, and I have to constantly look over my shoulder.
You good,
See, the
though.
problem is
What I'm saying is, but you good.
I should be if we talking about what my standards are in a relationship. So security is the top.
Yeah, you secure. You good.
I don't know if security and loyalty the same thing.
It has to be
But
because
he's saying
you're not
you can
secure
be
in your
derivative.
relationship. No, no.
You can
That's not that's not secure in your relationship though.
A man can make you feel secure. Take care.
No,
of
I didn't say
everything.
feeling, being secure. I don't care about feeling nothing.
You can
Being secure is no. There's
you ever heard
certain like.
what you don't know don't hurt you.
So now we lying. So I gotta tell you to be honest too.
niggas lie every day.
But these are certain standards. Like these are the basis that should not have to be mentioned. A man, I think.
Y'all just sat here and talking
Wait
about
for
how much
it.
men cheat, but loyalty is not gonna be mentioned.
You gotta. But
If I
also,
have
what
to tell a man not
say?
to be loyal, then
Right.
he's not for me.
But that's
A
what
man,
I'm
though,
saying.
I think may
Why-
have to
why do you
mention it.
mention that?
I think a man has to mention it though, because women do cheat, but I guess on the low, whatever.
Not on the low. I mean,
Yeah,
but
on the
There's
low,
more
yeah.
quiet.
No, on the
Women are better.
That's why they.
Yeah.
See,
These are
this
facts.
is why this
These are
narrative.
But
That's why loyalty's on our
It's
list.
not a
'Cause it's
fact.
like, yo, y'all motherfuckers is better.
yeah, y'all better be
You know what I
loyal.
mean?
But us is
yeah.
like we're not saying that because I'm not telling a man not to cheat and lie. I'm not. That should not have to be in my
Like,
list.
You shouldn't have to say it. Is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Don't
no,
wanna
if I have to say
it.
that, that's not for me, and I'm never gonna say it. I'm never
can
gonna.
we address the elephant in the room though? Why would a man step out? Let's answer that question. Because y'all be withholding that box and acting like I can't go back on the court.
I gotta beg my wife for some. Yo, you
Yeah,
know,
you know what I'm saying?
Can I
Like,
talk
we
about
had-
this?
All right.
We had married,
Let me
we had
actually-
married men on the show saying that they
Why
had
y'all
sex
st-
in
no,
10
y'all
months.
Let me
actually
actually say
stepping
that.
out.
Hold on.
You tell us why y'all stepping
I
out.
just
Really?
said
We
it.
got married men saying
Let
they
me
had
say
sex
this.
with their wives in 10 months.
Let me say this.
And he's
So y'all not
married.
getting no pussy. That's why you stepping out. All right.
Yeah. Let me say this.
That's it. You horny.
I think.
Me so horny. Yes.
All right. Tell
Give me
your
that.
wife I'm horny. You don't want to give me no pussy. This is the next step. She either want to stay or she want to go.
I completely
But the
agree.
same way you say that I shouldn't have to say I want a loyal person. Why should I have to tell my wife I want
Yeah.
sex?
Because she's
You-
human.
she
and
know
she
I'm a
gotta
man.
Stop that pussy.
I'm gonna tell you guys
Like,
something.
But
No,
what
you
that
now-
mouth do
You as a
though?
wife,
So
you don't know that
now-
your man want to fuck you?
Yes, but
Okay,
you
let's-
wanting to
let's
step
talk
out
about
on her because
this.
she
It's
doesn't
been
want to
10
have sex
months,
is
and I
not
gotta
right.
tell you I want
All right,
sex.
10 months is very drastic.
Okay, wait, really quick.
It's been 2 weeks. I gotta tell you I want sex.
I'm just gonna really quickly.
But what if she's sad? What if she's going through depression? What if she has things going
First
on?
of
What if
all,
she has a lot on her
I'm
plate?
depressed
to
too.
get
My
it
shit ain't
together.
get nothing.
She needs to
Now
get
we
it
both
together
gotta be
now.
depressed because you
That's
want
not
Hold on,
fair.
let's
Marion,
talk about this.
that's
No.
not fair.
Multiple things. Because I talk to men that are not getting laid on a regular basis. Actually, like I find that fun. First of all, I'm abstinent, right? I'm a Christian. Like I'm
Sorry to hear
trying.
that. I mean, oh.
Oh my
That
God.
Yowza. That's fine.
Are you okay?
Look, I'm
No,
I'm doing well.
Got
You
the
know?
Rose 3000. That shit charged up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
For the record, Jesus, he knows that I don't. But let's talk about this. What I get upset about as someone that is abstinent, I'm like, yo, you married people are supposed to have sex. That's the one reason I want to get married. If I can be completely honest, every other portion of my life I can handle on my own. I want to have a husband
That's
so
the
that I
metaphor.
can have sex. That's like on the top of the list. If my church sees this, they're gonna be like, Sister Mary, come in the back. But that's my thought about it, because that's a huge part of your relationship,
marriage,
or a huge part of a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. This is the number one thing that I've realized when talking to these men. A lot of y'all, the men that don't get laid, it's because they went for the wrong woman. They went and got.
I agree with that too.
That they were really into, and she was not that into you from the beginning, and you saw it. You saw it. She chose these. A lot of these men, if you talk to them, they'll be like, "I'm providing, I'm giving, I'm doing this, I'm da da da." That's why she's there.
They always say,
but for those that don't know, sexless marriages or dead bedrooms is two terms defined as having less than 10 sessions, for lack of a better term, in a given year. And studies show that is the norm for about 20% of all couples. By 50 years old, you're looking at about a 50% deadless rate, okay? This is big. This is something to consider. And it's also why a lot of high integrity men never want to get married, because they know their appetite and they don't want to be locked into a monogamous situation. Meanwhile, they're not getting their needs met. But the one thing that interests me about this is that oftentimes when women have this conversation, they never do it from a place of accountability, meaning that they never talk about those that will weaponize their box because either they're not getting something or they hold it over a man's head to control him, all while still expecting stability. But let's see how it is that they attempt to defend this.
There for security.
They just get very...
Hold on. She's there for security. She's in a relationship for security. Her mama said, girl, if you don't get you a husband that could take care of these bills. And she knows that maybe she technically has to sleep with you, but she's not that into you.
Okay.
You understand?
Mind you, though, they said that they prioritize security. So when they're in a secure relationship, then they may reset back to factory default at the point that you lose your leverage.
If men would just lower those standards just a smidge, if they would say, you know what? She might have a flat booty, but she's really into me and she's gonna go crazy in the bedroom, a lot of men would be a lot happier.
I
truly believe that.
I think that's a possibility for some, right? But a lot of women use the leverage of sex to control a relationship, because that's all they have to offer. A lot of women feel like the only way they can get a man to listen to them is by taking away the one thing she had to offer. Women are not.
So then why aren't you just listening?
Huh?
Why are y'all listening? Why does she feel like she has to do all that? Why are you?
That's my question. That's my question.
I mean, that's why dudes are just stepping out. You get what I'm saying? Like, for the
See, but that don't make it. That's not right. Instead of addressing it, of course.
What do you mean?
Y'all just
doing what she wants.
She don't want to fuck me, so I'm gonna just go fuck somebody. Why?
I said that's her. So if if you're not getting what you want, and you say, "Hey, put it off the table. You're not getting none no more." And
did she say that though?
She said, "I'm putting it on a pedestal."
Yo, I'm just saying that.
She put the chastity on.
Or she come with the bonnet, with the robe, knowing you know the shit when y'all walk in with. You know you ain't getting no pussy outfit.
The moo-moo, like,
yeah, you like, and then you got the outfits that they wear. All of a sudden, it's just the undies on. So you like, oh yeah, I got my chance tonight. But you know, as a man, you know the different moods that women give you signs. You get what I'm saying? And if you're a man, you know how to read your woman. So you know that. But if she feels like that's how she can control the relationship, which most women use when they get mad, okay, I'll even give you on the flip side. When women are angry, when women are wrong, how do they apologize?
With sex. Yeah.
The same thing. So look, so that proves my point. Y'all only take away pussy when y'all get mad, and then when y'all wrong, y'all get pussy. That proves.
But that don't make you feel good when you get that?
No.
I'm saying, like, what's the problem?
Huh?
I'm really confused.
Again,
Here's the question.
Yeah, I'm thinking about taking back some of my comments in regards to the one on the right that I said in the beginning. But yeah, it can be utilized as a tool to control you, as a tool to apologize, and as well as a tool to attract you. This is, in fact, the Instagram profile of the lovely young lady over here on the left, which is why it's so important that while you listen to talking points, you have to be able to understand, is this coming from a place of truth? Or is this coming from a place of pure and utter lies? One of which she is trying to position herself as a certain type of a woman. Meanwhile, she's a damn liar. Remember when I said that when she's defining security, really she's defining money? Well, This is the reason why. She wants that fast life, baby. And that is the exact way that she is demonstrating herself in all of its glory, all in its classiness, right? These are the ones that complain about men that are cheating. Meanwhile, they represent themselves like a damn side chick. All from the same city girl playbook. I mean, she looks like Glorilla with a concussion. Damn! These are not the kind of girls that you take home to mama. These are just the fun girls that you invite on the yacht down to Miami for the weekend, you understand? So let them talk from their high points on their different podcasts as they lie to everybody about the type of person that they are, the woman that they are. We see right through it, all right? We chew you up, spit you out, and give you back to the game from which you came.
She belongs to the street.
And for that, we must give you the title that you have deserved because she's for the streets.
Shame.
She's for the avenue.
Shame.
She's for the highway.
Shame.
And the damn byways. Anyway, let's get back to the content.
Would you rather your wife be wrong and not sleep with you? Because what's the argument?
I guess that's what I'm asking.
No,
Yeah,
but
but
I
y'all
mean,
love it when
what are you arguing
when you
in
get
favor?
that.
A woman should apologize and hold herself accountable.
I agree with that too.
Sex is not
Giving me
accountability.
pussy doesn't make me.
I'm gonna do both.
You now you ain't.
I'm-
both.
Nah,
But-
I don't even want it. Nope. Because
with the apology?
no, not if that's the reason why I'm.
Oh,
cheating.
okay,
You get what I'm
okay,
saying?
okay. I see.
I don't want no sympathy, pussy. Keep that shit in your
But don't
purse.
men do that too? Like
But
when
it
they
sounds
fuck
like
up,
wait, time out.
don't men do that
Time
too
out.
though?
You just said you wanted some though.
Huh?
You just said earlier. It's been 5-10 months. Why do I have to tell
Oh,
you
10
that I
is
want
crazy.
pussy? So basically, what you're saying is she wasn't planning on giving you none, but because she knows it's been a while, she should throw you some anyway.
Or cause she knows she's wrong.
I'm not talking about an argument. I'm talking about it's been a stretch,
Mhm.
and now she's not in the mood. She's not really into it. She doesn't want to, but she knows that her wifely duties are coming up on, needing to be fulfilled. She just throws you some. Is that wrong? Are you going to be upset? Are you going to say
Oh,
no?
No, he's only
I don't
talking about the argument.
delivery.
There's a difference between duty and apology. You know what I'm saying? If
Okay.
that's your duty, you stick it to your duty just like I stick to my duty no matter what. That's cool. But if you sorry and you don't want to admit you wrong, you just want to throw me some pussy, I don't want that.
Yeah, men we can't fluctuate. No, she get on my nerves. I ain't paying these bills today. No, we gotta go to.
I was gonna say that, but what if
You know
you
what I mean?
aren't? What if you stop? What if you lose your job and you stop paying bills?
Uh-huh.
But it just sounds like y'all married to women that just only offered to y'all.
Is she now right to withdraw that from the situation?
No,
No.
The more you give it to me, the quicker I'm gonna go find that job. I'm motivated.
I feel like that's unlikely.
Gotta motivate your
But
man.
then,
Like,
you know,
gotta
but then
motivate
it
your
also
man.
sounds like you. These are men that married women that only offer the sex because if you are so upset that she didn't give you any pussy in 10 months, that's all the context. So
You said months?
well, I'm going off of the number he said.
Okay.
That's a stretch. 10 months is,
okay.
but I'm piggybacking off of his 10 months.
People do it though. It happens.
All right, so let's do realistic numbers. Let's do realistic.
2 weeks is a problem.
Yeah, but then it sounds like within that, like that's the only foundation you're having a relationship.
Well,
There's nothing else keeping
not
a
how it
spark,
works.
nothing else keeping
I
a
disagree.
nothing else.
I disagree.
Nah.
You can be madly in love with someone and still also expect to have sex with them. I think that you're supposed to have.
But they want to step out on their wives. That's
No,
my
not
thing.
everyone.
Y'all talking.
No.
Y'all said if she don't give you for a certain amount of time, that
You
men are
did
gonna
say
step
that.
out.
I said this is the reason why men can't have
You
sex
asked what
now.
was the reason that a husband might step out on a wife. We're telling you if the wife is not.
But what if a
fulfilling her
wife
wifely duties-
is? So let's circle back to that. If a wife is doing all of that and he still steps out,
Oh,
the
that
reason
too.
for
That's
that.
something wrong with him.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
something wrong with him.
That's valid.
And I believe that men that do that only do that because that woman accepts that.
We can all agree on one thing. People cheating on each other is bad. But then also people weaponizing or utilizing things that they know that the other person wants as leverage is bad as well. The crazy thing is that a lot of this sexless marriage stuff, it goes unreported because it's embarrassing, right? It's like embarrassing for the guy to talk about. And also it can make the dude feel insecure. Like, yo, what is it about me that you are no longer interested in, or at least interested in before? Not realizing that it's being utilized as a leverage tool to say good boy or bad boy. And the difference is with men is that, outside of the whole cheating thing, like stepping outside, he can't weaponize what it is that he's doing or providing for, because then it may detonate the entire household. That's why we have to be surgical in who it is that we pick, and then also understand that, you know, does this person have a genuine burning desire for me, or is it just like a transactional relationship, as what obviously the young lady on the left has set her life up to be? They will utilize it to advertise, to get you into the front door, while wanting you to ignore what it is that profile or the way that she demonstrates herself from a digital perspective actually means. But do understand, if you do choose wrong, the world owes you nothing. No favors for choosing wrong. The courts don't owe you nothing. Society won't feel sorry for you. Friends around you ain't gonna carry those burdens. You know, they might have a shoulder for you to cry on because you realize you got in over your head, right? And at the end of the day, I don't think that cheating is the correct answer either, because it is not of integrity. And y'all already know I define integrity within your masculinity as something very important. So anyway, that's my thoughts in regards to this one. Guys, do me a favor, drop me a comment down below. What is it that you see within this content? Do you think that I got it right? Do you think that I got it wrong? Do you think that there's anything that I missed? Let me know down up in the comment box down below. I appreciate you guys for continuing to come back and join me on these roller coaster conversations. I love y'all, and I'll see you very, very soon. Until next time, peace.
So, without further ado, MTR, cut through the BS like we in charge. No cap with the rappers like steel bars. I'm packing and rapping like here we are. Here we are. Mediocre tutorial reviews. Like, comment, share my views. Come up and I paid my dues. Big step in my black way shoes. MTR, he break it down, yeah, it's MTR. Check out the sound with his MTR. No one put it down like it's MTR.